Elena Hartwell found the receipt at 11:47 p.m. on a Tuesday. Not in his jacket, not in his wallet, in the pocket of his gym bag, folded into a tight square. Four Seasons Hotel, room service, 2 entrees, a bottle of champagne, charged to his corporate card 3 weeks ago, the night he'd texted her, working late, don't wait up. She sat on their bedroom floor, holding the receipt, the carpet they'd chosen together, the walls painted the exact shade of cream she'd wanted. Her hands didn't shake. She opened her laptop, private browser, logged into their credit card accounts using passwords she'd set up when they married. March 14th, dinner, the Capitol Grill, $287, same night he'd said he was at a conference call. March 21st, jewelry, Tiffany & Co., $1,840. Her birthday had been in February. She'd received flowers. April 3rd, hotel stay, Mandarin Oriental, $890. The weekend he'd gone to that client emergency in New York. Elena counted 17 transactions over 4 months. Hotels, restaurants, jewelry she'd never seen, gifts she'd never received. She closed the laptop, walked to the bathroom, looked at herself in the mirror. 34 years old, marketing executive, Harvard MBA, published in Forbes twice, married to Marcus Hartwell for 6 years. Perfect brownstone in Beacon Hill, perfect career, perfect marriage, perfect life. She'd built it all so carefully, and he was dismantling it, piece by piece, with a 26-year-old analyst from his firm named Jessica Corning. She didn't cry. She stood in her bathroom, in her perfect house, looking at her perfect reflection, and felt something inside her shift. Not break, shift. Like tectonic plates moving, slow, inevitable, permanent. The first month, Elena did nothing. She went to work, attended meetings, delivered presentations, came home, made dinner, kissed Marcus hello when he walked through the door at 7:30, asked about his day, listened to his lies. Exhausting. Peterson's been writing me about the merger. Conference call ran long. You know how Japan is with time zones. Grabbed drinks with the team. Sorry I'm late. Every lie she cataloged, stored, filed away. She watched him carefully now, noticed things she'd missed before. The way he checked his phone constantly, the way he showered immediately when he came home on certain nights, the way he'd started going to the gym at 6 a.m. instead of after work, the way he looked at her sometimes, like he was calculating something. Marcus was smart, investment banker, Wharton MBA, made partner at 34. He thought he was smarter than everyone. He thought he was smarter than her. That was his first mistake. Elena had built her career on reading people, understanding what they wanted, crafting narratives that made them believe. Marketing wasn't about products, it was about perception, control. And Marcus had just handed her the greatest campaign of her life. She started planning in week 2. Not revenge, that was too small, too immediate, too emotional. This would be something else. She opened a new savings account, different bank, began transferring small amounts, $500 here, $300 there, nothing he'd notice. She found a lawyer, not in Boston, New York, paid cash for the consultation. She bought a burner phone, researched surveillance laws. She purchased a small storage unit in Somerville under her maiden name, started filling it. Month 2, Elena created the diary. Leather-bound journal, bought with cash at a bookstore in Cambridge. She wrote in it by hand, dated entries going back 3 years. Marcus raised his voice again today. I know he's under stress. I know I should be more understanding, but sometimes the way he looks at me. She backdated them, made herself sound uncertain, worried, the kind of woman who'd write these things but never confront her husband, the kind of woman who might disappear. She studied missing persons cases, read dozens, identified patterns. She photographed bruises, not real ones, makeup, theater grade. She withdrew cash, small amounts, $200 every week. She researched domestic violence resources, called hotlines, never left her name. But the calls showed up on phone records if anyone looked. She befriended Jessica Corning. Not directly, through mutual connections, a comment on a friend's post, an invitation to a networking event Elena was hosting. Jessica attended. They spoke for 7 minutes. Elena was gracious, warm. Marcus mentioned you're doing amazing work on the Peterson merger. Jessica had blushed. He talked about me? All the time. He thinks you're brilliant. Elena saw it in her eyes, the guilt, the thrill, the certainty that she was special. Poor Jessica had no idea she was already a footnote. April 15th, 3:47 p.m. Elena left her office, told Rebecca, her assistant, she was going home sick, headache, needed to lie down. Rebecca looked concerned. Want me to cancel your Monday meetings? No, I'll be fine by then. She wouldn't be there Monday. Elena drove to New Hampshire, arrived at the lake house at 7:15 p.m. The sun was setting, no neighbors within a quarter mile, no cameras. Perfect. She staged it carefully. Lamp knocked over in the living room, chair tipped, her purse dumped on the floor, contents scattered. She broke a glass, cut her palm, not deep, just enough. Let blood drip on the kitchen floor, the counter, a few drops on the wall. She left her phone on the dining table, battery at 12%, it would die soon. Her wedding ring, she placed it carefully on the nightstand upstairs, like she'd taken it off before bed. She walked through the house one last time, checked every detail. It looked perfect. It looked like a woman had fought, lost, vanished. Elena left at 9:33 p.m., drove north. Behind her, in Boston, Marcus was checking into the Hyatt Regency in Chicago, smiling at the front desk, texting Jessica, "Miss you already." He had no idea his life had just ended. They found her car Tuesday morning. Mall security at the Burlington Town Center called it in. Abandoned vehicle. License plates missing. Boston PD contacted Marcus at 11:47 a.m. He was in a meeting. "Mr. Hartwell, when did you last speak to your wife?" His voice cracked perfectly. "Friday morning, before I left for Chicago." "Why? What's happened?" "Your wife has been reported missing." The media loved it. Young, beautiful, successful, vanished without a trace from a lake house, husband out of town, found car abandoned, blood at the scene. By Wednesday, it was national news. Elena watched from her apartment in Portland. She'd cut her hair short, dyed it brown, brought glasses at CVS, wore baggy clothes. She looked nothing like her photos. She watched Marcus on CNN, looking devastated, pleading for her return. "Elena, if you're watching this, please come home. I love you. We can work through anything. Please." Liar. By Thursday, they'd found the diary. The entries leaked to the press. The narrative shifted. Devoted husband became suspicious husband. Grieving husband became probable killer. They brought Jessica in for questioning Friday. She broke in 40 minutes. Sunday, they arrested him. Suspicion of murder, no body, but enough circumstantial evidence. No body, but enough circumstantial evidence. But he was finished. Fired from his firm, investigation ongoing, his face was everywhere. The man who killed his wife. Except he hadn't. Elena watched it all, felt nothing. No, that wasn't true. She felt satisfied. Week 6. Elena came back. She called 911 from a gas station in Augusta, Maine, hysterical, crying, "Please, help me, he took me, he let me go, I don't know why." They found her within an hour. She told them a story. Man, ski mask, grabbed her at the lake house, kept her in a basement. She didn't know where. They believed her. The media believed her. The public believed her. The charges against Marcus were dropped. Insufficient evidence. No crime had been committed. But the damage was done. His career was destroyed. His reputation ruined. Their friends wouldn't return his calls. He came home from the police station to find Elena waiting. She looked thin, fragile. Her hair short and dark, different. He stared at her, really looked at her, and for the first time, he saw it. The calculation, the control. "You," he whispered. "You did this." She smiled. "Prove it." He couldn't. "I'm pregnant," she said. His face went white. She wasn't. The test in her hand was doctored, positive, easy to fake. But he couldn't prove that either. For 3 months, Elena had planned her escape. She'd met the Digdally. Now, 6 weeks later, she was back. Again, in control. "You're trapped," Elena said quietly. "If you leave me now, you're the monster who abandoned his pregnant wife after she was kidnapped. If you stay..." She left it hanging. Marcus sat down slowly. "Why?" "Because you thought I wouldn't notice. You thought I'd cry. You thought I'd be the victim." She leaned closer. "I am the victim, Marcus. That's the story everyone knows now. I'm the woman you drove to disappear, the woman you terrorized, the woman who somehow, miraculously survived." And you? You're mine. You're mine. 6 months later, she looked beautiful, vulnerable, strong. That night, at home, Marcus poured himself a drink. His third. Elena sat across from him. He looked at her. This woman he'd married. This stranger. How long are you going to do this? Elena considered. Forever, probably. There was no baby. There never would be. She'd miscarry in a month. Tragic, stressful, the kidnapping's fault. But by then it wouldn't matter. The narrative was set. She owned him now. Completely. Marcus finished his drink. Elena smiled. Outside, Boston went on living, unseeing, uncaring. In their perfect brownstone, in their perfect life, they sat in silence. Prisoner and warden, both knowing the truth, neither able to speak it. Neither able to speak it.